Good morning, dear class 7 students. Dear students, we are dealing with the second chapter, that is atmosphere. In the last video, we have discussed up to miscellaneous uses of the atmosphere. Now, today, let us talk about the composition of atmosphere. Composition means we could say the formation of the atmosphere. The atmosphere is made up of multiple layers of different gases. So, the atmosphere, which is found in between sky and the earth or the land ground, it is made up of so many layer of gases, different gases. These gases are generally colorless. These all gases, they don't have their colors, neither they have any smell. Odorless means the no smell, and together they form the air around us. Around 99% of the atmosphere consists of mainly two gases. So, when we talk about the atmosphere, in atmosphere 99% is only found of two gases mainly. They are nitrogen and oxygen. So, these two gases are mainly found in the atmosphere in a large quantity. Nitrogen is the most abundant gas in the air. Abundant means, let us say, the large quantity gas. It is in big percentage. So it is written that constituting about 78% of the atmosphere. So nitrogen is present in the atmosphere almost 78%. Oxygen constitute 21% of the air, and then oxygen is there almost 25% in the atmosphere. The remaining 1% contains other gases such as carbon dioxide, hydrogen, helium, argon, etc. So only 1% we could see these all gases are present in the atmosphere. Air also contains water vapor, dust particles, smoke, and the biological components such as pollen grains. So together with these all different gases, the air also contains the water vapor, the we call the in Hindi the the presence of the water in the air. Dust particles are there, which we call dhulkan, smoke, dhua, and the biological components such as pollen grains, and also the biological components like the yellow seeds. Now the atmosphere is thicker and heavier near the surface of the earth. So atmosphere is heavy and is having more thickness close to the earth, or let us say in the ground surface. It is much heavier and the thicker. As you move upward away from the ground, so as you move upward, that means in the sky from the ground, then the air becomes less dense. So as you go on in the sky, you will experience less air present in the sky. So almost 90% of the atmospheric mass is concentrated within the first 31 kilometer above the earth's surface. So the atmospheric mass or the quantity of the atmosphere is only found in a heavy and a thicker level in between of ground level to in the sky up to 31 kilometer, and above 31 kilometer the atmosphere is not much found, and the density of the atmosphere also slowly reduces. The earth's magnetic field protects the atmosphere from solar winds. So these all earth magnetic field protects this atmosphere from the solar winds. The gravitational force of the earth holds the entire atmosphere together. So we know it that the earth is also known as a gravitational power. So in the earth there is a gravity, and this gravity only keep ups or maintains the entire atmosphere together. Now let us go for the atmospheric gases. Each gas in the atmosphere has its own unique properties. So unique properties means a different character, different importance. Some of the important gases in the atmosphere are, let us say, nitrogen. Nitrogen is the most abundant gas. So nitrogen in the atmosphere is found in a huge quantity, in a big quantity. It is a colorless, okay, it doesn't have its own color, odorless, even it doesn't have any smell, and tasteless, and even it doesn't have any taste. So gas present in all living organisms as the part of important biological molecules. It helps in the growth of living beings. So nitrogen also supports the animal to survive in the earth. So it creates a better condition, better situation for the living creatures to survive in the earth. Now oxygen is a colorless, okay, same, no color, odorless, no smell, and also it doesn't have any taste. All living organisms require oxygen for the respirations. So all the living creatures who are found in the earth, they need breathing power, and it also forms the ozone molecules that constitute the ozone layer in the upper part of the atmosphere. So ozone is found in the upper part of the sky or in the upper part of the atmosphere. This layer absorbs most of the harmful ultraviolet radiations coming from the sun. So this ozone layer, it protects us from the harmful ultraviolet radiations which are coming from the sun. Now we have the argon. Argon is the third most abundant gas in the atmosphere. So the argon also is found in a huge amount in the atmosphere. It constitutes 0.934% of the air. It is an inert gas. Inert gas means it is something very different and has many industrial applications and has many different types of uses. The carbon dioxide. The carbon dioxide constitutes about 0.04% of the atmosphere. So carbon dioxide is present in the air or in the atmosphere almost 0.04%. During respirations, most organisms release carbon dioxide. So during breathing, respirations means during breathing, most of the living creatures, they release carbon dioxide. During photosynthesis, plants take in carbon dioxide to produce energy. So the photosynthesis, the plants, they also take the carbon dioxide in order to produce energy. It is a significant contributor to the greenhouse effects, and it contributes a lot to use in the greenhouses for the betterment of the greenhouses. The greenhouse gas trap the sun's heat and keep the earth warm enough to sustain life. So greenhouse gases, they trap the heat sun and then they maintain the heatness of the earth from the powerful light of the suns. Now water vapor. Water vapor is the main element of all weather phenomena, all weather happenings. Phenomena means weather happenings like rain, drizzling, thundering, everything. So water is constantly evaporated from the earth's surface into the atmosphere. The water vapor cools down and uh, but precipitates back into water or rain. Thus, water vapor plays an important role in the hydrological cycle. It also maintains atmospheric humidity. So, dear students, this is the first video, and let us go for the second video.